Hello, this is Scott the Foodie, and I'm here with Chef Mom, and today we're going to make a vegetable beef barley soup. And Chef Mom, what are we going to be putting in the soup?
Lemon flavored bread crumb balls.
Mom, tell them what our ingredients are here.
Okay, first, to start to make your homemade broth, you get a pot of water and you put 8 quarts of water in it. When you have the water in it, you get yourself beef shank, soup meat at the grocery store, and make sure it has a bone in it. And you put it in this pot of water. Then you bring it to a boil, and all the scum from the meat will come to the top, and you have to skim all of that off. When you skim all of that off, then you peel your carrots, of course. You throw in your carrots, your celery, and onion, garlic, a bay leaf or 2, parsley, salt, and a little bit of pepper, and then a can of crushed tomatoes, a can of tomato paste, and a can of tomato sauce. You let that simmer for a good 2 to 3 hours until the meat gets tender and breaks off the bone. And when you do that, you take it off the bone and you cut the meat up and you put it right into the broth, and you will get this when it is done. Oh, and also, pardon me, a package of, but you could put that in later.
Carrots, corn, and green beans. You put this in at the very end.
Right.
You know, you don't have to chop it yourself unless you want to, but you can just go buy a pack of this.
And this is what the color that the broth would be when you're done, and that's all homemade broth.
It's a homemade broth. It comes out really good, the broth. Now, if you don't have the time to make your own broth, I would suggest you just go and buy some beef broth in the grocery store. But, you know, I'm a proponent of making stuff yourself, and actually, you know, it tastes a lot better. But if you don't have the time, buy the broth, and we'll show you how to do it. All right, here is our finished soup that we have. And you see how nice it looks. What we also added in here is 3/4 of a cup of barley, and it goes barley goes really good with a beef broth. You can see all of our vegetables that we have in here, and also the meat that we have in here as well. And comes out real well. The reason why we didn't show you making the broth is because it takes a very long time to make the broth. It takes about 3 hours to make the broth. So I figured I'd save you the time and not show you that. But here's all of our stuff, and we're going to show you how to make the lemon balls out of the breadcrumb. Alright, now what we're going to do is make our breadcrumb, and I'll show you how to do that. Don't ever buy breadcrumbs in the store. You make your own. Use stale bread. Have it in my food processor. And put it in there, put the lid on. You make your own breadcrumbs at the time that you need it. Alright, what we have here is 4 cups of homemade breadcrumbs, and look at how nice it is. And I'll tell you what, when you do this, you make your own, it comes out very fresh, and it tastes really good. It's very flavorful. So because we have 4 cups of breadcrumb, we're going to add 2 eggs. So for 2 cups of breadcrumb, you add 1 egg. We got 2 eggs because we got 4 cups. And we have 2 lemon rinds. 2 rinds of 2 lemons, yeah. We're going to throw that in there as well. We add the egg, 2 eggs. We have that in there. Hold on. And about a cup of Romano cheese. We have that we're going to throw in there. And then we're going to... This really complements the soup really, really well. It's fantastic. And we're going to make a meatball out of this that is just fantastic. So, all right, we'll show you this when we get done. All right, what we did, we started mixing it up, and as you're mixing it, and you know, if you need to add a little liquid, we just get some water and we just sprinkle it in just really lightly, just to make the right consistency, so they can bind together and we can make a meatball. And what we're going to add now is parsley. You're really just doing it for color, make it look nice. Color. Add a little bit more parsley. You don't know. Just put it in there. Move it up. It's gonna. See, I got it at the right. It's like a paste that I have right now. And then I get it in my hand. Make these nice little, and then you throw like this. And you're gonna make a nice meatball, just like that. Okay, and these things are fantastic. They're great in soups. These little meatballs, and what's good is the egg helps bind it. I'll make another one here. That one's too big. That one, see that? You don't want the one that big. It's too big. You want a nice little small one like that. Just like that. That's what you're looking for. Nice little small lemon ball. Alright, what we have here is our lemon balls. And I tell you what, they smell fantastic. And they look great. Make these nice little small little lemon balls that we're going to drop in the soup. And with a beef soup like this, it is outstanding. And we're going to plate it, and I'm going to show you, and you're going to have people line up at your door eating this. You see our nice little beef cubes that we have in there that we made. With when we made the broth. Look at how good that looks. Oh, that looks delicious. I can't wait to try some. All right, and here's our finished soup that we have here. And I tell you what, it is fantastic. I'm going to try a little bit of it. And while I'm doing that, my mom's going to tell you a little bit about the history of the soup. Why don't you tell them, Mom?
Well, my mother, when we were younger, we had a big family, so my mother had to be creative and make things that would go a long way. So this is my mother's recipe, and we grew up with it, and the family just liked it. My children liked it, and I just kept on the tradition, but this is truly my mother's recipe.
Wow. I tell you what, the lemon balls, we can't stress it enough how much it really complements the beef broth.
Yes, it does. It goes very well. You wouldn't think it, but it does. It goes very well.
The broth is outstanding. The barley's good with it too. This is really good. Highly recommend that you guys make this soup. Very good. All right. Mange.
Mange.